Hi guys, today we are going to learn interactive mode in Docker. In previous videos, I created web application using Docker, but today I am going to create some simple application like adding two numbers or printing maximum number. For these use cases also, you can use Docker. Today I'm going to create a simple Python application using Docker. So application code is in GitHub. First I will clone that code. I will copy this link, then git clone and the URL. And it will start downloading my code. So my source code is ready. Now I'm going to create a Docker file, va docker file. So in Docker file, I have to add instructions now. So first instruction will be the platform or base image. So my application is Python, and if I search for Python in my Docker hub, I will get the Python base image. I'm going to use this image now. So to use the base image, I have the instruction from and the image name. And image name is Python now, and this is case sensitive. So if I give PS capital, then it will not work. So next I have to copy my source code to container. For that we have the instruction called as copy, then the source directory, that is dot, because Docker file is in the same directory as source code. The destination directory can be anything. I will mention as a /app directory. So our source code will be copied to this /app directory. Next I have to run the Python application. So I have to run this sample code.py. Generally we run Python code as Python, then the Python code file name. So this command should run while creating the container. So I have to use CMD. So CMD has its own syntax. I am going to change that now. So we have to give CMD in a square bracket. We have missed one step, that this file is in /app directory. We have to change the directory to that /app now. For that I can use workdir. So I have added workdir /app. So my Docker file is ready now. Let's save this file. Next I have to create an image from this particular Docker file. For that I have the command docker build, then the Docker file location, that is dot. So Docker image is created now. So this is the Docker image that is created now, that is 24 seconds ago. Now I'm going to create a container from this particular image. For creating container, docker run. If this is a web application, then I have to mention port and other things, but this is not a web application. So I'm just going to give the image ID only. If I run this now, it gave an error like this. It is because if I check my code, here minimum number and maximum number, I have to give it, that is as an input. But for now I can't give the inputs while creating the container. So to solve this, we have the interactive mode, so that I can give the input while creating the container. So I'm going to run the same command with the additional flags, that is IT. Here I is for interactive and T is for terminal. So if I run this now it's allowing me to add the input. So I will enter the minimum number and maximum numbers. So I gave 1 as minimum number and 9 as maximum number and printed 4. So here code is, it will print the random number between the minimum number and maximum number. It uses rand in Python function here. So when we run docker run, by default it will run in foreground mode. That is, terminal should be attached to this particular session. But if I run docker ps here, there is no running container here. That is because in this application, when the random integer is printed, the container will go to the stop state. So if I run docker ps-a, it will list all the container including stop containers. So this is the Python application that is in stop state now. Here you can see status is exited. So now let me try to start this container back. So for starting the container, I have the command docker start and then the container ID. But remember, while starting the container, it always start in the detached mode. If I want to start this in attached mode, I have to give an additional flag -a. Then I have to add -i flag because I have to start this in interactive mode also. There is no need to mention T here because terminal is already attached while creating the container. While starting, T is not required. So now if I run this, so like before, I can give the minimum number and maximum number and it will print the random number. So that's it for interactive mode. So in this session, first we created a Python application using Docker. We created a Docker file, then we built the image using docker build command. And then we tried to create the container using docker run image ID command. We received an error, then we added -it flag to run in interactive mode. Then while starting the container, I can give the -ia flag to start the container in attached mode as well as interactive mode. So that's it for this video. Subscribe and check out other videos too. Keep learning.